vision, friends, we can make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices, all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Pay me low, so love can find me. Pay me low, so love can hold me. Lay me low, so love can bless me. Lay me low, lay me low, lay me low, so love can find me. Lay me low, so love can hold me. Lay me low, so love can bless me. Lay me low, oh, lay me low. Lay me low, oh, lay me low.
Welcome to First Parish in Waltham. We're so glad that you are here. Whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. My name is Brenda Assis, and I serve as Membership Commissioner on the Board of Managers. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm about 5'2" and wearing a green cardigan sweater. Here are this week's announcements. We try to make our service as accessible as possible with hearing helpers and large print versions of service materials available from our ushers. Our newsletter is mailed on Thursdays. It contains lots of useful information, including how to sign up for April's adult faith formation class. If you are not already on our mailing list and want to stay up to date, please ask an usher how you can stay in touch. Paper copies can be found at the entrances to the building. We also have an email program that connects people who want to discuss things outside of coffee hour. It needs a name. Visit the members table during coffee hour or connect with Daphne Blunt or myself if you want to sign up or have a name to suggest for us. The church-based activities on offer this week include book club at 1 p.m. on Thursday, Buddhist meditation in the chapel at 7 p.m. on Thursday. The choir meets in Wickham Hall at the same time, and we have a writing group, a small group, that meets on Saturday at 3. Chaplains on the way are desperate for extra volunteers to help with the breakfast program, restocking their fridge with items from the basement, washing dishes, chatting with clients, or helping them leave the premises in a suitable condition for renters are all things you could do to help. Please see Martha Creedon or Emma for details. Finally, I would like to introduce Matt Meyer, who will be leading our worship this morning. Matt Meyer, he, him, is a lifelong Unitarian Universalist with a long background as a musician and worship leader for UU congregations. Matt lives in Boston, but travels as an itinerant worship leader, bringing the good news of Unitarian Universalists to hundreds of congregations all over the country. Matt is a published children's book author, and his story, Desmond Gets Free, won a Nautilus Award for Social Justice in Children's Fiction. Matt will also be sharing a ritual in today's service from a new book of rituals called Blessing It All, published by the Unitarian Universalist Association. He'll have both books for sale at his table after the service. So welcome, Matt Meyer.
We have more of a welcome than that. I don't have anything more to say than that it's good to be with you all this morning. And for our chalice lighting, we have a reading called A True Story by Lee Kinvey. Do we have a chalice lighter? Did you got one? We have one over here? Great. Thank you, Gary. Come on up. This chalice is for the living, the changing, the becoming. This chalice is for losing the script of your life, the chapters about who you are in other people's stories. This chalice is for the lost GPS that was supposed to show you how to get where they expected you to go. This chalice is for skipping the directions, coloring outside of the lines, painting not by number, but by silence, by wild abandon, with a brush you made yourself from light deep inside. Startling, vivid, a new voice that already knows you, finally a true story. It's an appropriate reading for our service today, a service about letting go of old stories that no longer serve us. We're still in the early weeks of this new year. I think this is still a good time to be imagining what we want for ourselves in the future, what we want for each other and for our communities, and letting go of the old stories that no longer serve us. And for our call to worship, we'll begin with a song adapted from the Shaker tradition. Come on up and help me out, Carla. As Unitarian Universalists, we are descended on our Unitarian side from the Puritans here in New England. And once upon a time in our Puritan congregations, there was a great controversy that arose about the music. This controversy, this heresy, divided congregations from each other. It divided families against each other. It was the heresy of whether we should be singing hymns in church on Sunday morning. But before this new secular, heretical idea of singing hymns in church came along, our tradition was to sing only the Psalms and to sing by call and response. And so we're going to sing a lot of call and response this morning, and I invite you to sing in whatever way the Spirit moves for you. Although we're going to do it with some extra rhythm that would have our Puritan ancestors rolling over in their graves, absolutely. So I'll sing the song once through, and then I'll invite you to repeat each phrase of it after me. It goes like this. Lay me low, so love can find me. Lay me low, so love can hold me. Lay me low, so love can bless me. Lay me low, oh, lay me low. So I'll sing it again, and each phrase, you sing it right after me. And there's just a few parts where our parts overlap, and so gather your courage. Sing out. Here we go. Lay me low, lay me low, so love can find, so love can find. Lay me low, so love can hold, so love can hold me. Lay me low, so love can bless, so love can bless me. Lay me low, lay me. Oh, lay me low. Sound good.
Joan Javier Duval. It is called Lay It Down. Here is where you can lay it down. Lay down all that you have carried, the weight of the world that has rounded your back, leaving you aching and exhausted. Here is where healing begins, where burdens are set down, and alongside one another's, their magnitude does not seem as great. Here is where the door is thrown open and the light can lift away the shadows and what was hidden can now be seen. Here is where you can rest, where nothing is expected, but that you bring all of who you are into the presence of the holy and of this loving community. Let us worship together.
Lay me low,
Lay me low,
so love can find, so love can find me. Lay me low, so love can hold, so love can hold me. Lay me low, so love can bless, so love can bless. Lay me low, lay me, oh, lay me low. And I invite you to take a deep breath and join me in a spirit of prayer. Love, we know you are always with us, always within and around us, always in search of us. But we get distracted by other things that don't begin in love. We forget our purpose. We forget our gratitude. Instead of love, we give ourselves to worries and small anxieties, to old stories that are out of date and no longer serve us. Here is where the door is thrown open. Here is where you can lay it down. Here is where you can rest. Here is where the healing begins. Lay me low, so love can find, so love can find. Lay me low, so love can hold me. Lay me low, lay me, so love can bless me. Lay me low, oh, lay me low. Can we try a little louder and with, can we try at least 5-part harmony? There's more than 5 of us here, so I know it's possible. Here we go. Lay me low, so love can find me. Lay me low, so love can hold me. Lay me low, so love can bless me. Lay me low, oh, lay me low. Lay me low, oh, lay me low. Amen. And let's join in our unison affirmation printed in your order of service, which begins with the word love. Love is the spirit of this church. Service is law. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. My name is April Rosario. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Director of Faith Formation here at First Parish Waltham. I am a Black woman in my late 30s with medium-length dreadlocks, and I'm so excited to be with you all today. Now, I have a story to tell you. This story is a great one for our theme, and if you didn't know, Each month, we explore a different theme. And the theme for the month of January is the practice of story, which is great for me because I love to practice stories. Now, this story is a little bit tricky because I don't actually know where and how to attribute it. It's a parable. It's called The Monkey and the Jar. When I look it up, it is written in a whole bunch of ways, but usually as an article, because this was a thing that did in fact happen. We've kind of rearranged it a little bit and turned it into a story, though. So, it begins, like so many of my favorites do, it begins with, once upon a time. Once upon a time, in a jungle far, far away, there were a group of monkeys. Now, the villagers needed to find a way to collect and round up the monkeys. So one of the trappers decided that they would create a very safe, very humane way to do this. They got a jar and a lid. And in the lid, they cut a very small opening. An opening that was small enough, if the monkey's hand was closed, it could fit right inside. Now, at the bottom of the jar, the trapper placed all kinds of sweet treats. What do you think a sweet treat might be for a monkey? What do you think, Liam? A banana went in one. What do you think? Carrots, maybe, yeah. What do you think? Strawberries. Okay, my front row's got lots of ideas. What about the rest of the congregation? Anyone else got an idea what a sweet treat might be? Call them out. Yeah, M&Ms. All kinds of things. And they set these traps all around. Now, sure enough, a monkey approached the jar, closed their hand, put it through the hole in the lid, and snatched up all the treats on the bottom. Now, this was a very exciting jar because it had bananas, carrots, M&Ms, peanuts, and all the other things that you all just named. It was a very, very exciting jar. When the monkey snatched the things, their hand went from this very thin shape to a ball. And when it went to pull its hand back out of the jar, it couldn't. It was trapped. Now, monkeys were doing this all over the place. This monkey really wanted those treats, though. And it kept pulling over and over again, not actually being able to get its hand out. It watched as the sun went across the sky, and it realized that night was approaching. This was a very smart monkey. And as it realized that night was approaching, it realized that the trapper would be back. And it began to panic and frantically pull and pull and pull, never letting go of the treats. A wise elephant happened to be walking along the trail and saw the monkey struggling and struggling. The elephant paused and said, "Oh, my dear friend, you are trapped." The monkey said, "I'm not trapped, I'm just getting a snack." The elephant said, "No, friend, you are trapped." "I am not trapped," said the monkey. "I'm just getting a snack." The elephant said, "Sometimes we have to let the things that are no longer serving us go. Friend, you've been trying to get that snack since breakfast. You missed breakfast and lunch and dinner because you are trapped. Friend, if you let the snacks go, you will be free. And then we can go get another snack." The monkey hesitated, not sure if they should trust the elephant. he eventually let go. And lo and behold, his hand came right out of the jar. The monkey and the elephant traveled down the road and indeed did get a snack. When the trapper arrived, he found that he had not caught a monkey. He didn't catch anything. And that is where the story ends. But if you have been with us before, you will know that it is not where my story ends. Because at the end of the story, I like to give you a challenge. And here is the challenge. Our theme this month is story. The challenge is to take the lesson from this story, that sometimes the things we are holding on to for dear life, the things that we are holding on to through the breakfast and the lunch and the dinner times, are no longer serving us. We're holding on to them because we think they are. But sometimes it's time to let them go. And when we do, we are free to move on to the next thing and find something that truly does serve us. Because treats in a jar will not fill our belly like treats on a plate. So that is your challenge, if you choose to accept it in the days and the weeks and the months to come, to find the things in your life, the stories that are no longer serving you, and let them go. Now, in just a second, our kids and youth are going to head off to faith formation, but before we do, I invite you to rise in body and spirit as you are willing and able, and join us in our next song, which is 10:03, Where Do We Come From?
As you rise in body or spirit, I invite you to just join me in tapping on your chest if that's comfortable for you, to feel the rhythm of the song. And I'll invite everyone on this side to sing part one, which goes like this. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we? Go one more, and where do we come from? What are we? Where are part two? You're gonna go like this. Where do we come from? Where do we come from? Where do we come? A little louder. Where do we come from? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? A little faster. Where do we come from? Do we come from? Where do we come? A little faster. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we? All together on part one. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we? Last time. Where do we come from? What are we? Where are we going? Well done.
All right, my friends, off we go.
Okay, folks. Okay. So.
I was just asked to do this morning, so I'm going to wing it, so be kind. Our community is built on generosity, our generosity of time, compassion, elbow grease, and our financial generosity. So everything we do, including our beautiful building and the livelihood of our staff, is dependent on us. So in that spirit, please give as you can, and if you're not able, that's fine. You can just give in other ways. So for the life and work of this church, the offering will now be taken. Will the ushers please come forward?
Why worry when you can pray? Why worry when you can pray? Pray to the Most High. Pray to the old ancestors. Pray to the Most High. Pray for them to watch over. Why worry when you can pray? Why worry when you can sing? Why worry when you can sing? Sing to the Most High, sing to the old ancestors, sing to the Most High, sing for them to watch over. Why worry when you can sing? Why worry when you can sing? Why worry when you can love? Why worry when you can love? Love for the Most High, love for the old ancestors, love for the Most High, love as they watch over. Why worry when you can love? Why worry when you can love? Why worry when you can sing? Why worry when you can pray? Major transitions in life, the beginnings and endings, the separations and marriages, deaths and births. And I love that it also has rituals for very small moments. And so for our meditation this morning, I offer you this ritual of entering and exiting silence. We'll sing a song 3 times through, loudly, and then quietly, and then humming it. And then we'll share silence for a minute together. And then we'll hum the song and sing it quietly and sing it loudly. I'll sing the song once through, which is all you'll need to learn it. It says, "Love has made a place for you where everything is new." Love has made a place for you where everything is new. Let's try that loudly. Love has made a place for you where everything is new. Quietly. Love has made a place for you Amen. Blessed be. The next song is 1023 in your in the supplement, Building Bridges. I invite you to rise in body or spirit. You may notice that the credit for this song is a little unusual. Instead of listing a person, it lists a community that gathered in protest for peace and for nuclear disarmament, I believe. I've always wondered, what was that gathering like, that they were writing such good songs together? This year, happened across the song book that this protest published with a whole long list of feminist peace songs. What a joy. This song goes like this. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Let's try that. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. A little louder. Building bridges between our divisions, I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions, friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. One more. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Let's take a deep breath and set the song down gently as you're seated. I spent this past summer as an intern chaplain at a hospital in downtown Boston. For 11 weeks, I spent my days knocking on hospital room doors and initiating conversations with patients and their families. Now, people have a lot of different assumptions about what it is that a chaplain does exactly, which is so reasonable because, to my surprise, one of the things I learned early on in this job was that there are 51 different things listed as possibilities a chaplain can do in the official medical charts of the hospital. 51 interventions. So maybe it's not surprising that people have a lot of different ideas about what it is that chaplains do. And I learned this in a real visceral way because the moment I stepped in the door, it was obvious that everyone I met with had a different story about who I was and what I was there for. And early on, those stories defined our interactions. Some people were so grateful to see me. Some people were so disappointed to see me. Some people were so nervous or relieved or confused. It was a vivid illustration that the way people interact with me has very little to do with who I am and has everything to do with the story that they have about me. And it made me start to wonder how much of the way I interact with others has less to do with them than the stories I have about them. Now, I had imagined this might be a question that would come up, and I had wondered about these first impressions before I even started this internship. Before I started working at the hospital, I had never had a job anything like this. I had never worked in chaplaincy or hospitals. I'd never even had a 40-hour-a-week job, for that matter. And while some other novice chaplains were worried about the big questions of this role, questions like, what will it be like to sit with someone on the worst day of their lives? Or how will I comfort someone in the depths of grief? My own anticipatory anxiety took the form of obsessively worrying about fashion. I fussed and fretted for months about what to wear. I wondered and I worried, what would be neutral yet totally professional? What could I possibly wear as someone who unhelpfully posed this question to me that would feel like an appropriate outfit if I suddenly found myself at something very much like a funeral, but wouldn't feel like a funeral had arrived every time I entered the room? At one point, I thought I had found the solution. I was at a conference and I was talking with two longtime professional chaplains sitting next to each other on a bench in front of me. This is it. Experts at last. I asked them, what should I wear? The first one said, go with color. Be yourself. Be unique. Be you. Bring joy to people that need joy. The other said, no. Suit and tie. Go with black. Black is safe and it is neutral, and you want to be neutral and safe. You can imagine this did not solve my problem. I eventually had to just resign myself to knowing that there was no magical outfit that would disarm someone of all of their preconceived stories about me. Now, it would be easy to say that the assumptions were all one-sided, but I was not immune to this, as I said. Before knocking on a patient's door, I could read their medical chart, but I learned quickly that that rarely told me what to really expect. I learned quickly that there is more than one way to be Catholic. There is more than one kind of cancer. There is more than one way to make meaning of suffering. Over and over again, as I would begin to create a picture of what to expect on the other side of that door, the patient or family member I would meet would serve as a reminder that my imagined stories meant nothing. Now, if there ever was a time to assume a conversation would go a certain way, surely that would be with someone that I had already met, someone I did know. Even that was not necessarily the case, though. Toward the end of my time at the hospital, I had a visit with someone that was particularly difficult. The patient was in her last days, dying of cancer, and her spouse, who I'll call Jim, was sitting by her bed. Now, Jim had a lot of ideas about God that I didn't agree with, and that happened all the time. But in this case, I thought that the stories he had about God were keeping him from being present with his partner in these precious moments. I was frustrated with him, and I was frustrated with myself for not finding better ways to engage this conversation. So the next morning, I knocked on the door of my supervisor, and I shared this discomfort with her. I complained about all the things I wish Jim had done differently. I complained about all the things I wished I had done differently. She suggested that I go do the visit again, but she cautioned me. Don't try to redo yesterday's conversation. Go back there and do today's conversation. If his spouse's illness is continuing to progress, she might be in a very different place today, and he might be in a different place as well. So go back, she said, but go back with curiosity for today, not expectations from yesterday. Friends, if you have ever tried to repeat an old script, even when the situation was new, you know the challenge of this advice, as well as the wisdom of it. That next day, things were different, though. At first, at least, Jim seemed to want to have the same conversation we'd had the day before, but I tried to stay curious and open, and after a little while, things began to shift. And then we spoke about how he wanted to be present with his partner in this time, and he held her hand and he played music for her, and he shared tender goodbyes. And things between him and I felt different as well. The day was new, and so were we. Showing up with curiosity and leaving your stories about someone at the door is an idea that some chaplains call the intimate stranger. It means that the less you assume about a person, the more you can be present with who they really are in front of you. And so I invite you into this practice of holy curiosity for the stranger that allows us to meet the real person where they are really at. Now, I imagine some of you did not spend your summer walking up to perfect strangers and asking them about their deepest fears and hopes. But in that case, maybe all of this seems like a lesson for an irrelevant few. But being an intimate stranger is easiest when it's with an actual stranger. Not easy, but easiest, perhaps. In my experience, at least, the more you think you know someone, the harder this practice gets. The week after this internship ended, in fact, I was spending some wonderful time with my family, but then I remember turning to my partner at one point and saying, how is it that I spent all summer learning to stay open and curious and be a non-anxious presence? And then I have one conversation with my mother about where we should go out to dinner, and I lose my GD mind. Honey, she smiled. Perhaps it's because it's your mother. I've noticed similarly that when I get most frustrated with my housemate family, it's almost inevitably when I start using absolutist language that in my imaginary conversations sounds something like, you always, or why don't you ever? These words are the sound of not holy curiosity, but unholy anti-curiosity, and I am a master at them. These aren't words that describe a person. They are words that describe a story I have about a person. So I have certainly learned to bring some more holy curiosity to the hospital room, but believe me when I tell you I am still learning how to bring it to the people I am closest to. So my second invitation to you all this morning is to show up as the intimate stranger for the people you know well. Go back to your spouse or colleague or family, and instead of trying to redo yesterday's conversation, do today's conversation. Before you knock on the door or pick up the phone or join the meeting, invite your own holy curiosity. I wonder who this person is today. I wonder what they need today. And then my third invitation for you all is that you bring this curiosity to yourself. Perhaps the hardest of all is to bring this curiosity to the person I am very closest to, the person I am stuck with 24/7, God help me, the person I have more stories about than just about anyone. Just because I was focused all day yesterday and got a whole bunch of things done doesn't mean that's the standard I need to hold myself to today. or just because yesterday was a cluster intercourse of mistakes and miscommunications doesn't mean I can't be a new person today. The metta meditation of the Buddhist tradition extends an offering of loving kindness first to oneself, and then to loved ones, and then to strangers. So today I offer you these 3 invitations in reverse. Extend holy curiosity to strangers, and then to loved ones, and finally, if you can, to yourself. Leave behind the stories that no longer serve you, dear ones. Allow yourself to be an intimate stranger to each new day. Don't redo yesterday, do today. I'm going to invite you to embody this practice by letting go of what no longer serves you. I'm going to invite you into this ritual of letting go. So much of our lives, so much of our goals and ambitions, and certainly so much of our New Year's resolutions, for those who make them, are about adding things. Adding meetings to our calendar, adding items to our to-do list, adding even wishes for more time for rest. Love is infinite, but time is not. And so I invite you to think of something you want to let go of. It could be a goal taking up space in your heart that no longer serves you. It could be a recurring meeting taking up space in your calendar. It could be an old grudge taking up space in your mind. If you are like me, you might have one of each. So I invite you to think of what it is that no longer serves you, an old story you want to let go of. And if my helpers can help me pass out our ritual paper, we have some magic ritual paper that we've brought in the drums here. So everyone gets a marker and a piece of paper. And we're just going to take a few moments as I invite you to write down what it is that you would like to let go of, a word or a phrase. Water heal my body, water heal my soul. When I go down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water heal my body, water heal my soul. When I go down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Once you've written down your word or your phrase, it is time to let it go. Many cultures use water to carry away troubles, putting floating flowers in the water by the shore for Santeria goddess Yemaya, or in the Christian ritual of baptism. Across the world and across time, we have made ourselves new in love by letting water wash away the old. So I invite you to dissolve what you would like to let go of. You can come up, and there's 2 vases of water here, and each of them has a little utensil in front. And so come up and drop your magic ritual paper into the water and give it a little stir. And then invite the next person behind you as you're ready. And if there's anyone who can't make the trip up to the front, feel free to raise your hand, wiggle your fingers, and one of our helpers will come grab your paper for you. There's 2 vases, so we can have 2 lines. Water, heal my body. Water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water, heal my body. Water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water, heal my body. Water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water, heal my body. Water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water, heal my body. Water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water, heal my body. Water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. Water, body, water, heal my soul. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. When I go down, down to the water I feel whole. When I go down, down to the water, by the water I feel whole. I invite you to say, as I cue you, we give thanks for this healing water. May we free our minds. May we turn toward curiosity. May we turn toward wonder. We give thanks for this healing water. May we start to feel lighter. May we turn toward possibility. We give thanks for this healing water. May we feel freer. May we turn toward passion and toward strength. We give thanks for this healing water. May we turn toward commitment. May we turn toward love. We give thanks for this healing water. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun is a rising in my soul. It's an ancient Christian tradition to have worship services on New Year's Eve as a way of celebrating the new year in community with ritual and song. But that tradition shifted on New Year's Eve for January 1st, 1863. On New Year's Day, on New Year's morning, the Emancipation Proclamation went into effect. And so enslaved people and abolitionists gathered in their communities all over the country to celebrate the coming of freedom on New Year's Day that came with the rising of the sun. Many African American communities have celebrated that tradition, that first night sometimes called Freedom's Eve, ever since, with services called Watch Night services. And this song, Yonder Come Day, is a watch night song, a song sung in anticipation of New Year's Day, of a new year, of new beginnings, and of newfound freedoms. I invite you to rise in body or spirit, and we'll sing it together. It goes like this. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Try that. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my. Next part. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun is a rising in my soul. Try that. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun is a rising in my soul. The whole thing. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder, yonder come day, oh, oh my soul. Yonder, yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun, sun is a rising in my soul. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, day is a breaking, sun is a rising in my. All right, a little bit louder. Here we go. Yonder come day, day, day is a breaking. Yonder, yonder come day, oh, oh my soul. Yonder, yonder come day, day is a breaking, sun, sun is a rising. Can we try some more harmony? Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun is a rising in my soul. Two more times. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder, yonder come day, oh, oh my soul. Yonder, yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun, sun is a rising in my soul. One more time. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Yonder come day, oh my soul. Yonder come day, day is a breaking. Sun is a rising in my soul. Sun is a rising. Sun is a rising in my soul. Slowly, sun. Sun is a rising in my soul. Amen. Beloveds, go forth and do today instead of yesterday. Go forth and do today's conversation instead of yesterday's old story. Go forth and be a new person and in a new day, and leave the old stories that no longer serve us behind. Go forth in peace and go forth in love, and go and be blessed as you are each a blessing to others. Amen.